So, if you've been watching any of these videos over the last couple of weeks, you know that this is a series about aspects of Christian practice at the Cathedral which can have a positive impact on well-being. At least it's supposed to be. This week hasn't quite gone to plan. You see, this week's topic is hospitality, which seemed like it should be dead easy because sharing food and drink with people is something that a lot of us enjoy. So, I had a chat with some colleagues about what would be a great example of hospitality in our city's cathedral, and we thought it'd be a great opportunity to give a platform to our homeless outreach team, who are amazing. The mistake that I made was that I completely overlooked the fact that so often this kind of work can be draining and exhausting, even though it can be hugely fulfilling and hugely enriching, just things that I should already have known from my own experience. So, when it came to interviewing Elizabeth, our homeless outreach team coordinator, I sat enthralled for 30 minutes, and whilst at the same time I was worrying about how I was going to be able to make a video about hospitality and well-being. Now, I could have just decided to go back to the drawing board, interviewed someone else about events management, or serving drinks after our Sunday morning services, or even working in partnership with professionals in the hospitality industry. But I was thinking, and I thought about it and thought, why shouldn't we use this opportunity to give a platform to this amazing example of hospitality offered by volunteers? Plans change, right? Christianity says that nothing on earth is perfect. So what if this video doesn't fit in with my plans for a series? So here we are. A video not about our own well-being, but one about trying to help, in a small but significant way, care for the well-being of vulnerable people who are often unvalued and uncared for.
What happens here is that a group of people, the vast majority of whom, and it's not a huge number, are worshipping members of the community, walk a route quite close to the cathedral. We leave the cathedral just after 8:30 after morning prayer. We take with us donated gifts, clothes, some toiletries, and we just chat to people that we encounter who are on the streets. Our sort of strapline is sharing the love of God through coffee and conversation. So we buy people a hot drink if they want it, and we chat to them just about their day, their life, and trying to engage with them as people made in God's image. And just occasionally you get somebody who says, no, I don't want to talk, or it's a bit more brusque than that, but it's very unusual.
It might seem odd to think of going out to meet people on the streets as being hospitable, rather than inviting them to come into the cathedral. But Elizabeth's team have learned through experience that this is the most effective way that they can come alongside people.
If you have got your little patch and your routine in the day and you're just about hanging on, I can quite see why even going, half a kilometre out of your routine, I won't call it comfort zone because I don't know that it is comfortable, it is just a bridge too far. And where will you leave your stuff, and somebody might nick it, and all that sort of thing. One of the other things that is a challenge is the whole business of people's dogs, because some people who are homeless rely hugely on their dogs. I mean, this is well known in the sector, and there are street vets. They function in Bristol, and whenever we think about arranging something for homeless people within the cathedral, somebody will always say they've got to be able to bring their dogs, because they have. One guy once said to me, it was about his dog, said, well, I won't come to that at the cathedral unless unless I can bring whatever the name of the dog was, because she saved me, or she saves me, and therefore I won't go anywhere without taking her. And it was a sort of mutual dependency.
When it comes to supporting people who don't have homes of their own, the importance of respecting their concerns and needs, combined with limited resources, can make the team's work emotionally tough.
For some members of the team, it's very challenging that we can't solve things for people, because we can't. Just occasionally we can make a connection, but you can't usually create what you think they might need. And actually you don't know what they need, really. I was talking to somebody who's newish to the team the other day, who'd found it draining to do. And if ever I finish a walk and don't feel quite drained by it, then I have to sort of check myself, because I think it should be quite draining. And he said, you know, I just had to keep on saying, I'm doing this because Jesus told me to. Speaking for myself, if I do give anything through it, I gain much more. And it's not just in doing it, it's in the things about your life that it makes you challenge and reflect on and think about. And, you know, what privileges and so on. There's one particular guy who we don't see anymore, and we used to leave him until the end of our walk. Well, I used to, and I know other people did as well, just because you always finished on a positive note with this guy, because he was that kind of a person.